Uses of the active and passive voices. The active voice. In the active voice, the subject of the sentence does the action.
The hurricane destroyed buildings. The hurricane does the action, which is destroyed.
The passive voice. In the passive voice, the subject of the sentence receives the action.
Buildings were destroyed. Buildings receive the action, which is destroyed.
If the doer of the action is more important information, the active voice is used. In this picture we can see the force of the hurricane. The doer would therefore be more important information. Thus, the active voice is used.
The hurricane destroyed buildings.
In this picture we can see the destruction caused by the hurricane. The receiver would therefore be more important information. Thus, the passive voice is used.
Buildings were destroyed.
If the passive voice is used, and the doer needs to be mentioned, by can be used.
Buildings were destroyed by the hurricane.
If both the doer and the receiver are equally important to mention, the active voice is preferred.
My mother baked a cake. A cake was baked by my mother. My mother baked a cake. The active form is preferred.
Context. The importance of the choice of voice also depends on the context that precedes the subject. The active voice. The hurricane formed 3,000 miles from the coast. It strengthened before it made landfall last night. The force of the hurricane was 150 miles per hour. The context focuses on the doer of the action, which is the hurricane. Thus, the active voice is used.
The hurricane destroyed buildings.
The passive voice. The impact of the hurricane was powerful. Many people are homeless. Emergency services are needed. The context focuses on the receivers of the action, which are buildings. Thus, the passive voice is used.
Buildings were destroyed.
The passive voice can be used if the doer of the action is unknown, unimportant or obvious information.
The walls of the building were vandalized last night. The doer is unknown. The building is cleaned every morning. Who cleans the building is not important information in this case.
Sometimes the passive is used so that unspecified subjects can be avoided. Unspecified subjects are words such as you, and people, which can mean people in general.
You can find further information on this website. You is unspecified. Further information can be found on this website. The unspecified subject, you, can be avoided by using the passive voice.
Sometimes the doer is implied in the meaning of the verb, so we don't need to mention the doer.
The thieves were arrested. In most cases, the police arrest alleged criminals. Thus, the police do not need to be mentioned. Our hotel room is being cleaned. Housekeepers normally clean hotel rooms. Thus, housekeepers do not need to be mentioned.
Avoiding accusations. The passive voice can be used to avoid accusations by not mentioning the doer.
The money in my drawer has been stolen again.
My room wasn't cleaned yesterday.
My fridge was raided last night.
In these examples, the passive voice is used to avoid the following accusations.
Charles has stolen the money in my drawer again.
Housekeeping didn't clean my room yesterday.
The guests raided my fridge last night.
Phrasal verbs that have objects can sometimes be used in the passive voice.
The building is being knocked down.
Verb plus preposition.
His business will be set up this month.
Verb plus adverb particle.
Kissing in public is looked down upon in some countries. Verb plus adverb particle plus preposition.
I fell down on the snow. This sentence has no passive equivalent, because the phrasal verb does not have an object.
I hope that you've enjoyed this video. For more information, please go to fulzist.com. And please subscribe and turn on notifications. Thank you for watching.